I am so impressed and just thrilled to be part of this community. So Donna's going to start us off with a few elementary educators.
All right, we'd first like to recognize Heather Roulette. You know which way to stand. So come on over here, and we'll kind of bridge the gap. Heather Roulette began her tenure at Christa McAuliffe School in its first school year, 2012-2013, as the technology integrator. From her initial meeting, the principal shared a great memory that really helped her know that Heather would change the delivery of education at Christa McAuliffe School. She distinctly remembers a walk through the school during the summer before the new building opened. Heather walked around the school with the principal, gazing like a small child in a toy store, grinning ear to ear over our learning spaces and one-to-one technology. She snapped pictures around every corner and exclaimed, "I can't wait to send these to my husband." Heather's enthusiasm has never waned from that first encounter. She continues to bring her energy, creativity, and expertise to Christa McAuliffe School and to its classrooms every day. Her first collaborative work with staff, Tech 20s, were short seminars where faculty learned about educational apps and activities, but more importantly about her passion for teaching and learning. Heather purposefully focused her work with staff on technology support, integration, and instruction. From that first year, staff knew that Heather would provide Christa McAuliffe School with numerous opportunities for professional growth and enhanced student learning. Collaborative planning and co-teaching defined Heather's daily work at CMS. Extending and enriching grade-level curriculum became a strong focus, but over time, Heather insisted that staff continued to push themselves beyond the apps available to them through our iPads. Heather wanted students to design and to think flexibly and critically with no limits on their creativity. This drive led to their maker movement, the Fab Labs, and the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math, or STEM initiatives. Heather worked alongside teachers to design materials to support the creation of student challenges, encouraging students to experience learning as an engaging, hands-on collaborative process. As these challenges became integrated into the common practice, the company Apple, reached out to Heather and invited her to apply for the Apple Distinguished Program Award, which celebrates programs that model innovation, leadership, and educational excellence, as well as Apple's vision of exemplary learning environments. Consequently, Heather, with the help of several staff, created an extensive, interactive iBook of Christa McAuliffe School's iPad program, highlighting excellence in visionary leadership, innovative teaching and learning, curriculum design, ongoing professional development, compelling evidence of success, and flexible learning environments. Christa McAuliffe School was granted this award from 2014 to 2016. After receiving this honor, Heather went on to deliver the Hour of Code curriculum to every class throughout the school and created and organized the school's Engineering Week, inviting local engineers into each classroom. These events continue to inspire students and staff every year. A requirement of receiving the Apple Distinguished Award is that Christa McAuliffe School host professional development opportunities for other schools. This Friday, the school will again welcome staff from several New Hampshire and Massachusetts schools to visit the classrooms and to learn about digital tools and STEM initiatives. Because of Heather's visionary thinking, Christa McAuliffe School's work in this area has increased exponentially since last year's event. Heather attended an intensive training last summer to bring Project Lead the Way to the school. Christa McAuliffe is the first New Hampshire elementary school to implement modules from the Project Lead the Way curriculum. This curriculum has been the missing link. It not only provides STEM challenge that's tightly aligned with grade level standards, but it explicitly teaches the engineering design process that Heather has instilled in students. Ask, explore, model, evaluate, and explain. The greatest challenge in Heather's work is that technology continues to transform as students continue to evolve as digital citizens. Heather responds to these developing needs by paying close attention to students' interests and activities. She introduced Minecraft EDU to all staff and students this year. Students maneuver through virtual environments that she creates for them. As part of their social studies unit, fifth graders are currently colonizing a new land. Heather also developed a Christa's Coders class for fourth grade girls when she learned that in middle school, 74% of girls expressed interest in STEM, but when choosing a college major, just 0.4% of high school girls select computer science. Heather wants to inspire girls to pursue their passion for coding beyond their elementary and middle school years. In fact, she intends to follow this cohort of girls when they leave Christa McAuliffe School, encouraging them to continue their passion for coding. After 4 years as Christa McAuliffe's tech integrator, Heather has created and nurtured a culture of academic inquiry for staff and students alike. She challenges all to get comfortable with change, to take risks in learning, and to believe in failing forward. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn and try again. Thank you, Heather, for your passion, expertise, and deep belief in each of the staff members to persevere in their work. They are better teachers, learners, collaborators, designers, and critical thinkers today because of you. Our next honoree is Rachel Hamilton. Rachel Hamilton is a creative, passionate, and inspiring music educator who strives to bring out the best in all students each and every day. She models an enthusiasm for learning and life that's contagious for her colleagues as well as her students. Rachel goes above and beyond to find ways to connect students in the school community and to engage them as active community participants. Her positive can-do attitude promotes school spirit and facilitates many school improvement efforts. Rachel can be described as the spark that lights the flame and enthusiasm in all. She is truly a distinguished educator. Rachel is definitely viewed as a strong academic leader in our district. She sets high academic learning standards for her students and will go to any length to help students attain their goals. Her classroom is filled with positive energy, laughter, and delight. Even those students who might not be described as shy or withdrawn take risks and do their best for Miss Hamilton. Each and every year, her students perform amazingly intricate and creative concerts and shows integrating the arts and helping students to find their talents. Parents are in awe of her graceful and dynamic presence as she leads a performance of 130 to 140 students. Rachel is one of the directors of the Broken Ground School after-school theater program called Kids in Action. She spends hours and hours each winter, December through March, working with 65 to 70 students to produce first-class productions such as Lion King, Annie, Seussical, Aladdin, or Beauty and the Beast. She's an amazing collaborator who models respect and teamwork. You never know what job Rachel might take on. Organizing the parent volunteers to support all parts of the production, meeting with students individually to coach their vocal skills, finding props, working with a small group to hone their acting skills on a particular scene, designing costumes, even engaging her family members to paint the material needed for costumes. Rachel has an abundance of energy and creativity. She'll find a way to make things happen for the benefit of students and our school. With the move towards creating more unified curriculum across the district, Rachel has stepped up to participate on summer curriculum projects and has taken an active role in continuing this work throughout the year with music colleagues. She's truly a teacher who encourages others to work together to solve problems while focusing on developing students' natural curiosities and creative abilities. Rachel always takes the initiative to support classroom teachers and school-wide events like our monthly all-school meetings. Rachel is an educator who sees the possibilities and never settles for the easy way out. For example, when a student expressed interest in singing at the State House with a select group, she knew that this might be difficult given the expectation that these students had to attend early morning rehearsals. Rachel made the commitment to call that family from her home every morning to make sure they were up and going so that student would make the bus each day. That is Rachel Hamilton, a dedicated educator who will go to great lengths to see that students succeed. She is without a doubt an amazing educator and leader in our school community. Congratulations, Rachel.
We're going to move on to middle school now. I just have to say, watching this whole process, keeping an eye on principals and other administrators in the room as these comments are being read, and just seeing how proud they are of their staff is really as exciting as to read these comments that have been written about our staff. I'm going to invite Chris Lane up. I'm so glad you dressed.
I couldn't wear the shiny one.
Or any of the masks. Or So Christopher Lane has been working as a science teacher at Roulette Middle School for 15 years. Chris's passion for science, his creativity, strong work ethic, and commitment to students speak to his professionalism and willingness to go the extra mile. Orchestrating an engaging, hands-on science class for 23 seventh graders requires a deep understanding of the adolescent learner, mastery of the subject matter, and for Mr. Lane, an extensive wardrobe of costumes, ranging from the mad scientist to Sherlock Holmes. Whether it is the first period of the day or the last, students are eager to be in Mr. Lane's room, where they will embark upon an adventure that challenges them to be active participants in exploring the world of science. Among his colleagues in the science department, Chris is known as being a team player, where it is designing a new unit of study or re-examining an assessment from a previous year. Chris comes prepared to share new ideas, remains open to listen and learn from others. This year, Chris has opened his classroom to student teachers from local colleges and universities. His willingness to share his expertise and reflect upon the art of teaching with aspiring teachers has proven to be a valuable resource. For Chris, designing rigorous learning opportunities and captivating the interest of a classroom filled with middle school students is not something that is confined to the school day. Chris has been a tremendous champion of the 21C Club at Roulette Middle School. His programs have been among the most popular and innovative. Interested in exploring the world of engineering? Why not join Mr. Lane's Underwater Robotics Club? Have you ever wondered about the future of agriculture and our ability to grow food without soil? Then you should go visit the greenhouse, which is adjacent to Mr. Lane's classroom, and check out the hydroponic system that Mr. Lane, along with his colleagues and students, constructed. While you're at the greenhouse, be sure to sample some of the lettuce and other leafy greens that have been grown hydroponically. Given Chris's involvement and success in developing programs for 21C, it's not surprising that he has been asked to make formal presentations for other schools that are implementing 21st century learning community centers. After Chris helped to co-author and submit a grant proposal to the Concord Trust for the enhancement of public education for the setup of the hydroponic system, he got to work on gathering some of his colleagues in the district who were interested in establishing a district learning strand where all participants would have the opportunity to learn more about hydroponics. Whether he is working with a veteran teacher who is new to a grade level curriculum, or he's collaborating with his colleagues to design and improve curriculum, Chris Lane has given generously of his time to others. Throughout the year, Chris makes a point of reaching out to parents and maintaining open communication about the progress of his students. If there is good news to share about a student, Chris will find the time to share it. It is with much appreciation and great pride that Roulette Middle School presents Chris Lane as a nominee for the 2016 Distinguished Educators Award.
Thank you a lot. Thanks. Thanks. Middle School.
And next up, we invite Melissa McCaffrey. So Melissa began working at Roulette Middle School in 2009 as a 6th grade teacher. Melissa joined our 6th grade team and immediately became a strong contributor. She has emerged as an instructional leader. Melissa brings a contagious curiosity about teaching and learning that sparks both the students in her classroom and her colleagues. Her well-organized classroom is alive with student engagement. For the past year, Melissa has served as the curriculum facilitator for the Language Arts Department at Roulette. First and foremost, she is respected by her peers for her knowledge of curriculum and instruction, but also for her energy, her organizational skills, and her capacity for getting the job done. Melissa has worked with her colleagues to move our curriculum work ahead and has been instrumental in designing performance assessments to evaluate student learning. Last year, Melissa led the way in adopting the Lucy Calkins unit of study and writing and mentored her colleagues as they followed her lead. She brings an openness and approachability to her role as facilitator that fosters genuine collegial relationships. She is one of the team. Melissa is always available to her students. As a busy mother of 2 young daughters, our after-school time is understandably limited. She generously shares her lunchtime with students who need some extra instruction or some quiet time to get caught up on an assignment. Sometimes it is just simply a special treat for a group of students to share some time with Mrs. McCaffrey. Melissa has served as a member of the district's LARC committee for the past 2 years. She keeps our language arts teachers informed of the district's vision for literacy learning and what is happening in classrooms at both the elementary and high school levels in language arts. She understands how vital it is for teachers in the middle school to know the work that precedes and follows their own. This year, she has served as a representative to the PACE Committee for English Language Arts. With a fellow teacher, she revised the grade 6 ELA PACE assessment for this year and developed the curriculum embedded assessment for 2017. She has embraced this opportunity and has been a positive and effective communicator in helping our faculty understand the work and purpose of the PACE Consortium. Melissa is a generous colleague. Her classroom is always open to other teachers, and they seek her out for ideas about learning activities, assessments, materials, and assessing student work. Melissa's early adoption of the units of study provided a model for her colleagues as they began instruction in their classrooms. Her model, advice, and support enabled others to be confident and competent as they rolled out the first unit. Melissa is a frequent collaborator with our media specialist. Together they have designed several projects that integrate technology into the 6th grade language arts and social studies curriculum. Melissa and Nancy Keene are presented at the annual State Technology Conference. At Roulette, Melissa has successfully encouraged other teachers to adopt these projects. Melissa understands the importance of engaging parents. She communicates frequently with her students' families to share both good news from the classroom and to enlist their support. She uses her email, her web page, and phone calls to keep parents informed. Several times each school year, Melissa organizes events in her classroom for parents, breakfast to share research projects, teas to share writing portfolios. These are well attended by parents who love getting to their child's classroom and having an opportunity to understand their child's day at school and the progress they are making. It is with deep gratitude and great pride that Roulette Middle School presents Melissa McCaffrey as a nominee for the 2016 Distinguished Educators Award.
We will next recognize Rick Bragg. a time of globalization in which science and technology saw notable growth. The decade brought some of the greatest scientific findings and technological inventions in human history. 1998, in particular, was a year filled with some exciting developments and innovations. Google filed for incorporation in California. Japan released the first MP3 player. Blogs began to appear on the internet. Apple introduced its iMac. And the Concord School District hired Rick Bragg as a teacher of technology education for students in grades 6 through 8. During the 17 years that Rick has worked at Roulette Middle School, the world has seen incredible advancement and improvement in technology. This evening, however, we pause to celebrate a teacher who, during the time that has been marked by great change, has remained a constant source of inspiration, a wellspring of positive energy and enthusiasm. The technology education program fits within the exploratory course offerings at Roulette Middle School. Rick plays a vital role in this program. His colleagues know him as someone who's always willing to contribute to the work of curriculum development. He brings to the table great expertise and always a keen wit, a highly developed tool that Rick uses at just the right moment. During this school year, Rick and his colleague Jim Harvey helped to advance the school's work of designing performance task assessments. During one of our curriculum work times, Rick and Jim shared with faculty their rocketry project and led a discussion on the assessment of student work. Teachers who gathered for this session left with a deeper understanding of how to design a performance task assessment. They also left with a desire to enroll in one of Rick's technology education classes. Whether students are constructing model bridges, designing mazes, or programming robots, Rick's classroom is a place that's filled with the joy of learning. A place where students learn to communicate and collaborate on ideas, plans, and problem-solving methods. Well beyond the school day, Rick gives generously of his time and talent to students and staff. Each winter finds Rick up at Pat's Peak, helping a new group of students learn how to ski and to further develop their talents. Through the guidance and instruction of Coach Bragg, the Nordic Ski Club has discovered the sweet taste of victory that comes as of hard work. Most importantly, they've learned about being a member of a team and what it means to demonstrate good sportsmanship. One might think that a Nordic ski coach would enjoy recuperating from a demanding winter schedule by relaxing during the spring. Not so for Rick. In the spring, it's all about track and field events for Coach Bragg. On a district level, Rick has contributed to the work of examining our technology education program in light of the state's minimum standards. Additionally, he's participated in an on-site visit by the New Hampshire Department of Education. During the past 3 years, the Unified Sports Program has taken hold at RMS. The Unified Sports Program joins people with and without intellectual disabilities on the same team. It was inspired by a simple principle. Training together and playing together is a quick path to friendship and understanding. Wheelchairs should never get in the way of students participating in a game of basketball or soccer. Recognizing a need and sharing his carpentry skills, Rick set about constructing some customized devices that have allowed students to participate fully in the team events. Rick Bragg is all about removing barriers that keep students from being successful. Both as a teacher and as a parent of a middle school student, Rick is actively involved in the life of the community. His approachable nature and reliable follow-through are gifts that he puts to excellent use in serving the families of our students. It's with great thankfulness and pride that Roulette Middle School joyfully presents Rick Bragg as a nominee for the 2016 Distinguished Educators Award. Our next distinguished educator is Margie Braska. Margie Braska began working at Roulette Middle School in 2007 as a special education teacher and behavior specialist. In 2009, after earning her Certificate of Advanced Graduate Studies, Margie assumed a new position, that of school psychologist. While her role at the middle school had changed, Margie's professionalism, genuine care for students, and dedication to building a vibrant school community remained firmly set as the touchstone of all her work with the faculty, students, and families of Roulette Middle School. During her tenure at Roulette Middle School, Margie has been at the forefront in leading the school and district in its work of implementing the three-tiered system and structure of PBIS. This past spring marked an important milestone in her professional life. After successfully defending her doctoral thesis, she was formally awarded her doctorate degree. Long before the official title of Dr. Braska, Margie earned the respect and trust of the faculty and administration. In both formal and informal meetings, Margie contributes valuable ideas and expertise to teacher teams to further the school and district's mission. Her collaborative efforts with colleagues have had positive impact in the classroom for both teachers and students. Not surprisingly, the job of a school psychologist involves a great deal of paperwork. Administering assessments and writing up the necessary reports and evaluations demand a tremendous investment of time. While time-consuming, Margie never allows this aspect of her work to take control of what matters most, connecting with students. Whether meeting with a group of students at lunch or taking a student for a calming walk outside, Margie is someone who consistently shows respect, empathy, and fairness to students. Helping young adolescents to understand and meet the challenges of growing up and developing into healthy young men and women is work that Margie joyfully embraces. At both the building and district level, Margie has given generously of her time and talent by serving on a variety of committees. Whether it's the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, or SAMHSA committee, or the PBIS Tier 2 and 3 teams at the middle school, Margie has remained focused on working to improve the lives of her students. As a result of her work with students and teachers, coupled with her own academic endeavors, Margie has developed a deep understanding of how to create the structures and systems for implementing positive behavioral interventions and supports. Knowledge of her professional reputation and expertise have grown beyond the Concord School District. On a number of occasions, Margie has been invited to present at conferences. Margie is a professional who communicates respectfully and proactively with parents and is consistently sensitive to diverse needs of our families. She makes sure that parents hear positive news about students. In conferences, meetings, and informal talks, Margie provides parents detailed and helpful feedback on student progress. It is with deep gratitude and great pride that Roulette Middle School presents Margie Braska as a nominee for the 2016 Distinguished Educators Award.
Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Who was dressing nice? I will flip response.
So now we'll move on to our high school educators, and we'll invite Gabe Cohen up. Mr. Gabe Cohen has been a member of our Concord High School faculty since 2009. In his time at Concord High School, he has led the high school band, taught Guitar 1 and 2 courses, and has recently begun teaching AP Music Theory to our most talented and devoted musicians. Since 2009, when Gabe started at CHS, the band enrollment has grown from just 65 members to 148. One important reason for this growth is his overall belief of welcoming all students. He has fostered the philosophy that you can participate in sports, crew, spirit, dance, and other school activities and be an active participant in the CHS band and music department. Just watch a fall halftime show and you will see football players, cheerleaders, and volleyball players mixed in with band members in full uniform. Gabe helps to foster and grow the musician in all of our students. Each year, Gabe designs a new CHS marching band show. He's very creative in putting together a Seinfeldian themed halftime show each fall. I had to practice that. A show about nothing. No, no connecting theme, but 4 great entertaining music selections that leave football fans watching the halftime show and delaying the purchase of their hot dog and hot coffee until the beginning of third quarter. Last year, Gabe directed the pit orchestra in 3 outstanding performances of the CHS spring musical production of Miss Saigon. Gabe spent countless hours after school and vacation hours preparing the students for this very advanced Broadway show. This year, he is again directing the pit orchestra in the musical Anything Goes. Gabe is always looking for ways to improve his teaching skills, and this desire transfers to wonderful new learning opportunities for our Concord High musicians. During summer vacations, Gabe attends workshops and clinics such as the New England Band Directors Institute or a week-long guitar workshop. Last fall, he attended a 3-day AP Music Theory workshop in New York City to learn more about the best teaching strategies for AP Music Theory. This summer, Gabe will again be taking another AP Music Theory class. Gabe is always looking for new ways to provide the best educational learning opportunities for his students. His CHS band students have had the opportunity to have clinics with outstanding music educators, including Dr. Andrew Boyson from the University of New Hampshire, Dr. Peter Boonshaft from Hofstra University, Dr. Deborah Confredo from Temple University, and Lieutenant Colonel Jason K. Fettig, director of the President's Own United States Marine Band. Phew. The opportunity to work with such great band directors and music educators is an incredibly rewarding and priceless experience. Just this past week, on May 4th, the Concord High School Band will travel, this is just this week, on Wednesday, leaving the high school at 6:15 a.m., I think, right? The Concord High School Band will travel to Durham to participate in the University of New Hampshire Wind Band Invitational. On this date, Gabe and the Concord High School Band will work with clinicians Dr. Andrew Boyson and Ryan Nolan on 2 band compositions the band has been preparing for these clinics. Gabe is always concerned about the well-being of all of his students in all of his music classes. He will go out of his way to make sure a student gets the attention and help a student may need. And finally, you will find Gabe at school each morning at 6:45 to teach yet one more class, jazz band, that has a 7 a.m. start. Mr. Gabe Cohen does all of this with a smile and a calmness that is inspiring. We are proud to acknowledge Gabe Cohen as a distinguished educator.
Good luck with the 4th. Great. May the 4th be. Thank you.
Continuing on with educators from Concord High School, we invite Katie McDonough. Katie McDonough is just wrapping up her 4th year at Concord High School, but she has already made a great impact. Ms. McDonough, Katie, is a skilled Latin teacher who makes excellent connections with kids and develops a wonderful rapport with them. She is one of those teachers who loves her subject so much that her excitement spills over to the students. The most common thing that I see when I observe her classroom is laughter and smiles. And these smiles are appearing while learning Latin. She inspires her first-year Latin students at RMS to continue learning the language and challenges fifth-year students to be their very best. When it comes to working with other professionals, Katie is similarly wonderful. She took on an important role this year in mentoring a new teacher in the building. Wise beyond her years is such a tired expression that Katie is such an expert in her subject that she is already able to handle teaching at 2 schools and the mentoring of a new teacher. Finally, in this Jean Connolly's last year at CHS, we want to honor someone who has always embodied one of Jean's core beliefs, that teachers should watch students in after-school activities. From art openings to concerts to football games, it's very common to see Katie and her husband in attendance. This year, Katie received an email thanking her for agreeing to be a judge in the next evening's Mr. CHS competition. Hard work. The thing is, Katie had not been asked to be a judge, but of course she said yes and was there on a Friday night and did a wonderful job. Katie makes a daily positive impact on student learning. She's a great contributor to the school and a wonderful colleague. We're very happy to award her as a distinguished educator this year.
Thank you very much.
It depends if you're doing it at school.
Yeah, I don't think we learned about it. So she was brought like that.
And our final recognition this evening, it goes to Rebecca Schaeffer. Disney is a magical kingdom, whether you're at a park or watching a timeless video. I believe that we all benefit from time with Disney, as it truly brings smiles to almost everyone who is blessed with any kind of Disney experience. One of our Concord High School guidance counselors can have a similar effect on both adults and students alike in our community. Over the past 18 years, Rebecca Schaeffer has served the Concord School District in a variety of capacities. Her work has included supporting highly focused, college-bound students to fulfill their dreams and challenging at-risk students to set goals and build their confidence to care for themselves and the well-being of others, to wish upon a star. Initially, Becky collaborated with the CRTC program as a vocational assessment and career coordinator for her first 8 years, then advised 9th and 10th grade classes, co-advised our National Honor Society, and supported students as advisor for Save Our Cold Kids with fundraising for the homeless community. All of this is beyond her commitment to the daily role of a guidance counselor. Ms. Schaeffer creates her own magic for students. You see, Becky is a star polisher. No matter the condition of the person who comes to her or whom she happens upon in our school, Becky treats them like family. If they are broken, torn, tarnished, or weak and fading, she sees them for the potential they possess. Becky sees all of us as promises of endless possibility to shine brightly in this universe. I have experienced this personally and witnessed her reach out to countless students who are in need and those who are twinkling brightly. She can take pride in the fact that she spends 4 years truly getting to know her students as individuals, whom she can buff and polish into incredibly sparkling adults. I have asked her about specific students in their senior year and what their post-graduation plans are. Becky is able to respond and exude hope and promise for all of them. Students who struggle receive her persistence and the effects of her buffing cloth to provide them an opportunity for a brighter future. Becky does not give up on anyone. She continues to polish and remove any tarnish to the best of her ability. The Disney movie Lilo and Stitch is based on the theme of Ohana, which means family, and encompasses the thought that with family, nobody gets left behind. This concept of magic is demonstrated in Becky's work throughout her career to include a commitment to everyone. Over the past 3 years, Becky has been a leader with new initiatives and innovations, such as the New Hampshire State Scholars Program for Concord High School. This mirrors her actions of leaving no one behind in their pursuit of greatness and shooting for the stars. The scholars embody academic rigor that encourages students to engage in their fullest potential throughout high school so that they are college ready, work ready, and ready for life. In order to accomplish the mission of this program, it involves countless hours of volunteers and business partnerships. Becky has advised this program since its inception 3 years ago, and Concord High School continues to increase the percentage of student participants who graduate with this distinguished Medal of Honor. Ms. Schaeffer has championed the club to include officers, career cafe lunches with business partners, annual celebrations, special scholarship recognitions, college application fee waivers, and the chance to honor our New Hampshire State scholars with designations on their diplomas. She models the wonder of commitment that is asked of our students. Becky exposes them to the endless possibilities that reaching for and wishing upon a star can bring them in their lives, and it makes no difference who you are. I could sing that line, right? As curriculum facilitator for the past 3 years, Ms. Schaeffer has diligently led her team of guidance counselors to review and revive their program practices. She is driven by continually focusing team members to consistently focus on what is best for our students, what can support each student to experience the wonder of a high school education in the 21st century. The power of realizing the importance of reviewing student and teacher work strengthens her connections to the classroom she visits and brings such credibility to the conversation she has with parents and students around competency education and learning expectations. Becky embraces all of the responsibilities of being part of the CHS family. The sky is full of shining stars who have benefited from the gentle rubbing of adolescent flaws, the smoothing of rough edges, and the glossing of imperfections. These are the advisees, the students, the families under the loving guidance of our ever-positive Ms. Rebecca Schaeffer. She is a Disney Imagineer, a magic maker, a bright star polisher. Becky is a 2016 Concord High School Distinguished Educator.